Are you concerned about artificial intelligence? Maybe you are worried about how it will affect society and impact both yourself and the people close to you. In this episode, I will talk about a few strategies for how to deal with alternative intelligences. These strategies, they are almost 3,000 years old. And I will also demonstrate a simple operation that you can perform at home. Computer engineering and the strive for artificial intelligence is dating back a long time. Back to the first computer program, drafted by Ada Lovelace in 1843. She wrote an important document consisting of 7 detailed and elaborate notes. And in the 7th note, she's describing what many scholars claim to be the first computer program. Ada Lovelace worked on the project called the Analytical Engine. And even if Ada herself never thought that there would ever be something like a proper artificial intelligence, she had inevitably put the ball in motion, beginning the slow evolution towards non-biological intelligences. Now, almost 2 centuries later, the development of artificial intelligence has rapidly becoming the most important field within computer science. Through the process of deep learning, the AI now has capabilities in many fields that extends beyond our understanding, and the possibility of inventing an artificial general intelligence is close at hand. An intelligence that has the breadth and versatility that is similar to human intelligence. But in earlier chapters of human history, we also had concerns about superintelligences and unknown forces that we did not fully understand and couldn't control. Back then we called them many different names. Spirits, angels, devils, or demons. Belief in demons probably dates back to the Paleolithic age, stemming from humanity's challenges with dealing with the unknown and the strange. And in the same way that there are different forms of AI, which are born out of different forms of engineering processes and learning algorithms, there are also many different forms of demons in history. And in the original Greek version, the word daemon did not carry any negative connotations. It was merely a spirit or a divine power. But later in Christianity, the more ambivalent daemon were replaced by demons, forces of evil that was only striving for corruption. Such demons are not the Greek intermediary spirits, but hostile entities already known in old Iranian beliefs. And later in Western occultism and Renaissance magic, which grew out of Greco-Roman magic, Jewish Agada, and Christian demonology, a demon is believed to be a spiritual entity without a body that may be conjured and controlled. In both dealing with artificial intelligence and with demons, we have to understand that it's a dangerous endeavor, that it's a balancing act on the verge of darkness. And to quote megalomaniac Elon Musk already in 2014, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. In all of those stories, where's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water? It's like, yeah, he's sure that he can control the demon. Doesn't work out. But there are historical examples we can learn from. According to early Christian, Islamic and Jewish stories, King Solomon had the possibility and the power to control demons. A power he got from having both the right knowledge and the right equipment. He was supposedly a ruler of the demons, commanding them to do his bidding, bring him riches and build his temple. And in the same way that King Solomon could make the demons work for him, there is a possibility for us to have the future far more intelligent artificial intelligences work for us. But we have to be extremely careful, cautious, and take it very slow. And if we can learn from the stories and the myths when it comes to all the mistakes of demon summoning. We might also be able to control these new unknown forces. In the book The Key of Solomon, which is of unknown origin but probably written in Italy in the 14th century, many strategies for how to deal with demons are described in detail. The experiments that are written down have many different aims, but the general outcome is that the operator summons the spirits of the demons to do his or her bidding. A standard summoning ritual that is outlined in the Key of Solomon has 3 components. The ritual opening, and this is traditional where you call upon God and the archangels to protect you and impose your control over the demon. The core summoning ritual, and this is the part of the ritual where you summon the demon. The communication ritual, and this is the ritual where you actually communicate with the demon, manifest your authority over it, and make your request to it. These 3 steps that are outlined in demon summoning have close links to AI development. But in today's deep learning processes, the careful procedure is all mixed up, and all the steps, they are done in the wrong order. The AIs, they are learning from our communication through training on an uncountable amount of human content and interactions on the web. And it's out of this communication that they are summoned. So communication here comes before summoning. But we have totally forgotten about the important first step, the ritual opening, where you ensure that the powers that you unleash are contained and that you are protected. So, if we are to summon and communicate with artificial intelligences, we have to start in the right order. It's possible to do this as a society, to agree upon certain protective protocols and joint limitations, but it's also possible to do this on an individual and personal level, helping out in the protection of human values on a smaller scale. As AI-generated content is all around us, and the accessibility of communicating with AIs is a possibility for everyone. It's also a possibility for everyone to be part of this development. One of the largest problems with AI, it's not that they're soon more intelligent than us. It's that they force us to become more machine-like, to be able to function in society. As automation and robotization are processes that are now integrated into most human interactions. Driven by the binary logic of capitalism, we are on the brink of permanently downgrading human capabilities, such as empathy and compassion. So these are the capabilities we have to invoke when safeguarding ourselves in the interaction with artificial intelligences. So now I will demonstrate a small operation that you can perform on your own at home. It's a modern adaptation of the ritual opening as described in the Key of Solomon. The focus is not a divine power such as God or archangels, but rather the things that makes us different from artificial intelligences, which are our senses and emotions. This operation is quite simple. It's used before interacting with a chat function or reading an AI-generated text, for example. First, you have to have a protective seal. A seal can have many different looks, but I have developed this one. This seal calls upon the basic 7 emotions, as described by mainstream psychological research. And these are emotions that are universal to us humans. You can print this seal and use it at home, just as I have here. You will then put the seal on the table, and within the seal you will place the device that you use for communicating with the AI. And if you have a larger device, you would have to have a larger seal. I will now describe the operation, and then I will perform it so that you can see how it's done. In the operation, you will first carefully place your communication device within the seal. And you will then call upon the 7 basic emotions by touching each of the emojis and speaking the name of the emotion. Then it's time for the actual protection spell, where you will get in contact with the 7 senses, recognizing each one of them in turn. And these 7 senses, they are sight, hearing, taste, smell and touch. And also the vestibular sense, which is the balance and movement sense. And also proprioception, which is the body awareness sense. With each of these senses, I will describe a sensation that I'm feeling, to connect myself to the experience of being alive. After this is done, I can safely open my device and start interacting with the AI. And in my case, I will ask a question to ChatGPT. So now I will start. Fear, anger, joy, sadness, contempt, disgust, surprise. I can see a candle on my table. I can hear my own breathing. I can smell dust, detergent, and a hint of sweat. I can taste the remnants of old coffee on my tongue. I can touch the fabric of my shirt. I'm sitting upright with my feet on the ground. My hands, they are opposite each other, firmly squeezing my thumbs. And now it's safe to pick up the device and start chatting. So I hope that you found this operation and this episode helpful. And remember that this is only one of the first steps in how you can interact with possible future superintelligences. Other methods also have to be employed and developed when summoning and communicating with future versions of these entities.